What up, fantasy football hustler? Back at you. I'm bringing you every position, every matchup broken down. We're starting here with the wide receivers. Go check out the quarterback, running back, and tight end videos that I got out now. I also got my defensive streamers of the week. And because I'm bringing this to you on Tuesday, I still have my offensive waiver wires and I still have my IDP waiver wire video up. So go check that out because the content is dropping like crazy. And I also got everything on Apple Podcast as well. So hit me up there, Fantasy Football Hustler. And if you're not on YouTube, go hit that up, Fantasy Football Hustler. There's a link in the description. And don't forget, if you're really trying to dominate, you got to go to my website, fantasyfootballhustler.com. It's all about bringing you news all in one source. It's a website and an app, but it's all about the one-on-one advice. I'm really going to help you dominate the waivers. I'm going to help you dominate trades. I do 3 live streams per week, so that's where you can come get some start sit advice. But if you want some expanded help just to really dominate, really take over your league, I mean, that's why you want to hit me up. So go there, fantasyfootballhustler.com. Go get signed up. We got a $1 tier. We have multiple tiers. Above that just depends on how much information you want and how much access you want. And if me helping you dominate wasn't enough, now we have a signed Jonnu Smith mini helmet going on, brought to you by our boys over at Modern Memorabilia. So we already got the incentive that I'm going to help you dominate, but we got the giveaway going on. It should be happening in about 2 to 3 weeks. And if you're already on Patreon, if you're already there signed up, you want bonus entries, bump that up, okay? Bump up to the higher tier. You want to get on it now. We got some great things going right now. We got great things that are going to happen in the off season. So you want to get in on it sooner rather than later. Okay, let's get into this. Don't forget to follow me everywhere on social media at FF Hustler 420. We got 4 teams on bye this week: Rams, Browns, Bengals, and the Eagles. Let's get into all these wide receiver matchups. Start off with some Thursday night action. So we got the Packers at the 49ers. So, of course, you're starting Devontae Adams, looking like one of the best wide receivers in the game right now. I think that the Packers are going to score early, and it's going to force the 49ers to have to throw. They got no George Kittle, so I think Brandon Ayuk and Kendrick Bourne are both potential flex plays this week. I don't really like anybody else besides them. Deebo Samuel's probably not going to play. MVS, he's another guy. I'm just not touching Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's just I don't know what it is. I think Aaron Rodgers, just like all of us, just thinks as soon as he throws in the ball, he's just going to drop it. So Devontae Adams, Brandon Ayuk, Kendrick Bourne, those are 3 guys I would start on the Thursday matchup. All right, first game of the week is the Texans at the Jaguars. Both teams are 1-6, just bottom of the barrel right now. Will Fuller, I'm starting him. Brandon Cook, starting him for sure. Those guys are as close to must starts as can come, just because the Texans defense is bad. So they're always usually in shootouts. So I don't know if that's going to be the case versus the Jaguars. Gardner Minshew isn't even playing. I still think you start DJ Chark, because even with a backup QB, who are they going to go for? They're going to keep targeting the best player. That's DJ Chark. So I'm assuming he's the only one we can start in the flex role. Not starting Randall Cobb. I'm not buying into what happened last week. Will Fuller was kind of taken out of the game because of Jair Alexander, but Jaguars don't have anybody that's anywhere close to Jair Alexander's talent level. And I'm sitting Keelan Cole and I'm sitting Chris Connolly. I'm just not expecting much out of the Jaguars with the backup QB. How about the Giants at Washington? So Washington's run D is pretty beastly. I think that Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, I think that they're going to get enough volume in this game to be worthy of a wide receiver 2 start, wide receiver 3 start, just somewhere right around there. So flex territory. But yeah, I just think they get enough volume because I don't think they're going to be able to run on Washington. I'm starting Terry McLaurin. He's probably going to be covered by James Bradbury, so not the best matchup. But they really got no one else, so I just think Terry McLaurin gets enough volume to be worth the start. And I'm not starting Golden Tate. He's just not getting the targets. It seems like the Giants' top 3 guys that are getting targets: Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Evan Ingram. Those are the guys who are pretty much getting all the targets from Daniel Jones. Ravens at the Colts. I'm just not expecting big things from any wide receivers in this game. So I'm sitting Marquise Brown. He's not been looking good. He's not been getting volume. I'm sitting Willie Snead. Willie Snead just not getting a lot of snaps. And I know he got over 100 yards last week. I just don't see that happening versus the Colts. So Indy, I'm not starting anyone from there either. T.Y. Hilton, he should have a little Q next to his name because I believe he's questionable. He left the game early. Last game, Zach Pascal, Marcus Johnson, Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, Phillip Rivers, who I don't know what his deal is. I think this is going to be a bigger tight end game on both sides of the ball. I'm just not touching any wide receivers in this game. I'm doing my best to avoid them. Lions at the Vikings. I'm assuming this game is going to be a little bit boring. On the wide receiver side of things, Marvin Hall, willing to flex him for Detroit. Kenny Galladay has already been ruled out. I don't like Marvin Jones when Kenny Galladay misses. I mean, really haven't liked him at all. I know he got those 2 touchdowns last week, but he still only got like 3 receptions for like 30 yards, something like that. It was really nothing. For the Vikings, you can start Thielen, and I think this is a good week that you can flex Jefferson. Last week just wasn't too good, but they had bad cornerback matchups, and Dalvin Cook just ran, all over Green Bay. Green Bay's got like the best team to run on. Lions, they're more middle of the road. So I don't see like Dalvin Cook coming in here and just completely taking over the game like he did last week. Vikings didn't need to do anything except hand the ball off to Cook last week, and I think they're going to be throwing it a little bit more this week for sure. Bears at the Titans. So you got to start Allen Robinson. He's a must start every single week. And I think Darnell Mooney is going to be worthy of a flex play this week. And I think that the Bears, they're just going to shut down they're going to shut down the run to a certain extent, with Henry. And I feel like anytime Henry doesn't get going kind of out of the box, it just switch and they just start throwing it a lot. So I think that A.J. Brown and Corey Davis are decent starts this week. A.J. Brown, I obviously like a lot more than Corey Davis, but Corey Davis has been getting the volume, so you can't really argue with that. I think this game is probably going to be a lower scoring game, but I think that Davis gets just enough volume to be worthy of a flex play. And I'm sitting Anthony Miller. Darnell Mooney, he's over 90% of the snaps. And Anthony Miller, he's kind of getting less and less snaps as time goes on. So he had a decent game last week, but that's because Allen Robinson was being covered by Marshawn Lattimore. So I'm like Allen Robinson he didn't get a bunch until kind of like the end of the game. Just one of those things. I don't think this is an Anthony Miller game. Panthers at the Chiefs. So I think the Chiefs are going to ball out. And really because of that, that's why I think that you can start all 3 Panthers wide receivers and kind of get away with it. So, DJ Moore, he is one of the hardest guys to judge. I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to put Anderson in there, and I'm going to flex Curtis Samuel. I just feel like the Chiefs, they're going to put up enough points to where they're going to be throwing, to come back in the game. Tyreek Hill, you start him just like you start him every week. Mecole Hardman, if Sammy Watkins doesn't play, this is a game I'd be willing to get Mecole Hardman in there. Sammy Watkins, he's questionable right now. We don't know if he's going to play. I'm bringing this to you on Tuesday, so we haven't heard any of the practice reports yet. Make sure you follow me on YouTube because I put out a Wednesday injury report and a Thursday injury report too, just so you have like all the updated news. And then Demarcus Robinson, I'm sitting him down. I know he got a touchdown, but I'm not touching it in this game. All right, Seahawks at the Bills. I think you can start everybody here. You're starting DK. You're starting Tyler Lockett, of course. I think you can start Diggs, and I think John Brown and Cole Beasley are flex worthy, just depending on what options you got. So remember, I do 3 live streams every single week on Thursday, Saturday, and on Sunday. So I'm saying that I would potentially start these guys, but it really all depends on who you actually have in your lineup. So I'm just saying John Brown and Cole Beasley are flex worthy. All right, Broncos at the Falcons. I think that Jerry Jeudy, you can start him this week. And Julio, just like every other week, you were starting him. Calvin Ridley, if he plays, I think you can start him. He's questionable, but because they had their game on Thursday and that's when he got hurt, he has 10 days rest instead of only 6. So if he plays, I'm going to play him. We'll find out a lot on the Wednesday practice report, so make sure you tune in for that. I am sitting KJ Hamler. I'm sitting Deshaun Hamilton. I'm sitting Tim Patrick. He did not play last week. I'm not sure his status of playing this week just yet, but I just really think it's going to be a Jerry Jeudy game. And Russell Gage, if Calvin Ridley does not play, even if Calvin Ridley does play, I'm not playing Russell Gage. He's been way too fluky for me. Jump into those second half games on Sunday. So Raiders at the Chargers, I think you can start a bunch of people here. It's going to be clear weather. So the Raiders are going to love that after going to Ohio last week and literally dealing with like 50 mile per hour winds or something crazy like that. So I think Nelson Aguilar and Henry Ruggs, I think they could be started in this game. I think Henry Ruggs is going to get a deep touchdown in this game. There's going to be clear skies. Chargers are going to be throwing it a lot. I think that this is a game where Ruggs gets a deep touchdown, and Keenan Allen, definitely starting him. And then Mike Williams, I think he's flex worthy again after a big game last week. And Hunter Renfrow, I'm sitting him down in this game. Dolphins at the Cardinals. So I think you can start Hopkins, and I think you can flex Kirk. Hopkins, I'm a little nervous about the Dolphins secondary, but if the Dolphins do what they did, last game, I mean, there's just a lot of garbage time going on, and I don't know. The Dolphins are just sneaky good. So I think either way, you're starting Hopkins, and I think you can flex Kirk. I'm sitting Devontae Parker. I'm sitting Preston Williams. Tua didn't have to do much at all. Parker's going to be blanketed by Patrick Peterson. So I'm just trying to sit them if I can. I know that sometimes it's hard. So really, you just got to lower your expectations for Devontae Parker, if nothing else. Okay, Steelers at the Cowboys. So when you play the Cowboys, you play everybody that you can. So Juju Smith-Schuster, he's a start this week. And I think Chase Claypool is a decent flex. A little bit nervous about Deontay Johnson. Again, just putting up a really low number. This is a good matchup. So it's one of those things to where if you don't have anybody, to play other than Deontay Johnson because of injuries, because of bye weeks, things like that, I'll throw him in there. It just makes me a little nervous. For the Cowboys, Amari Cooper, you can flex. And if Ben DiNucci's the starter, I think you can flex Michael Gallup. He went to Gallup a lot for just short, easy little completions. That was just in their game plan. So I'd be willing to throw him in there if DiNucci's the starter. And I'm sitting CD Lamb. He was just getting locked down. They wasn't getting too much separation. And when you're having quarterback woes, I mean, someone like CD Lamb, if you can give him a couple extra seconds, he's going to create separation. But if you saw the way that they were, doing the plays with the Cowboys, it was all quick things, getting the ball out of his hand. They didn't want him to hold the ball at all. And I think he's got to hold the ball a little bit for CD Lamb to, be relevant and get loose out there. Sunday Night Football, Saints at the Buccaneers. So this is going to be a lot different than the two games were last year that we saw. I mean, those games were a thing of beauty last year. Who knows if it's going to be like that this year? Michael Thomas, I'm going to start him if he plays. I mean, he always does good against the Bucs. Emmanuel Sanders, if Thomas doesn't play, willing to throw him in the flex. Same with Traquan Smith. If Thomas doesn't play, I'm willing to throw him in the flex. If Thomas plays, that just changes my opinion on a lot of things. So that's why I do the live streams on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, just to answer specific questions. And then don't forget, I got the injury reports that are going to come out on Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, maybe in the evening if you're on the East Coast. That just all goes in addition to these videos too. I make sure to tell the story throughout the entire week. So don't take this as the final piece for, setting your lineup for Sunday. I got other things that are going to come throughout the week to help that around. Okay, Mike Evans. I don't like him in this matchup. If I can, I'm sitting him. I mean, going up against Marshawn Lattimore, these guys have battles, and Lattimore wins a lot of these battles. So, I mean, obviously he's never had a guy like Brady who's been super accurate. He's always had Winston, and Winston, I mean, it's always kind of been hit or miss versus the Saints. I want to see what Tom Brady's able to do. Antonio Brown, he's someone who I'm willing to flex. This is assuming that Chris Godwin is out, which I think he's going to be with his finger issue. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a little nervous about Mike Evans just going up against Lattimore. He's always getting shut down versus Lattimore. Antonio Brown, we shall see. I mean, he's flex worthy mainly just because Chris Godwin is out. We'll see what happens. They've been talking a lot about him. Monday Night Football, this game is going to be a shit show, to say the least. So if N'Keal Harry plays, I think you can start him. Jacoby Myers, he's a decent flex play. And if N'Keal Harry's not playing, Jacoby Myers is just a good start in general. They got nobody there. Jacoby Myers, he's the young stud that we know Belichick likes. Way better than Damiere Byrd. I mean, Damiere Byrd didn't get too much last week at all. Jamison Crowder, he's the only one that I would consider playing if he even plays. We don't even know if he's going to play yet. He did not play last week. So we shall see the Thursday practice report. That's what's going to tell us a lot for this game. I'm not playing Denzel Mims. I'm not playing Brashad Perriman. I just think this game is going to be horrible all around. I really don't want too many pieces of this game. I mean, I really don't even want to watch this game too much. So yeah, not too excited for it at all. All righty, guys. Every position, every matchup broken down every week. You know how we do it. This is the wide receiver video. Go look out for the running back, the tight end, and the quarterback. Go check out all those videos. And then I got my defensive streamers of the week, so go check that out. I've been money so far this year. And then go check out the offensive waivers, and then go check out the IDP waivers. It's still just very early on Tuesday right now, so go check that out. And peace out, guys. Stick around for the outro. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't on YouTube already. Hit it up, guys.
Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. It's all a hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, 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 money.
Called out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.